Good morning, everybody. So it is like 10 something a.m. right now. And you guys, I had an appointment to be somewhere today. And when I get there, they're like, oh, basically what I was going to pick up, they don't have it. And prior to this, I was scheduled to go do what I was getting ready to do. I believe it was Thursday, and today is Saturday now. And so I went to go do what I was supposed to do, and then on my way there, like, the GPS was telling me how to get to where I was going a completely different way. It was doing all types of detours, right? And redirecting. And I'm like, what? So I end up getting to the place late. And on my way going there, I was saying, like, God, like, I know that this reroute, basically, I'm just like, I know this delay is because it's what you want. And I know, Father God, that you are working all things out through this delay. And I was just like saying, like, I know all of this is like, for you. It's what you want, and I know everything's gonna work itself out. Like, this is blessing me, the fact that it's a delay and that I've been rerouted. And it immediately took me to God, like how sometimes we like, God gives us a promise, and sometimes delays happen. And, we could either get mad about the delay, or we could see it for what it really is, that God is redirecting us. And you guys, like, in the midst of all that, or after that, more so, I get home and then I end up seeing something pop up, and it says that God is doing, and this is not verbatim, but it says something to the effect of, like, God is doing it, but the process is going to be different. And so I was like, what a confirmation, right? I just had this delay in this reroute, and now you're talking about God is taking me a new way. Like, he's going to do it, but it's going to be in a different way. And so I end up going, and then I have to reschedule because they don't have what it is that I needed. And so I end up going back. Then we were scheduled for the next day, and then the next day they don't have what I need, but they have something they can loan me in the meantime. And so now I go up to this place and scheduled for it again, and they don't have it. And you guys, and so but I'm getting up early, you guys, and sometimes I be sleeping late, so I'm like, I had to get up early, but God be waking me up. Boy, he be doing a thing. And so now I end up going to the place, right, to swap what they had given me to get what it is that I actually need, right, and would prefer. And so I get up there, and then he's like, oh, we don't have it. Like, what we were supposed to give you, there's actually a defect in it. And so we cannot give that to you. And I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't want it. And so, because it's dangerous, like, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, yeah. I was like, but what about the fact that I keep wasting my gas to come here, right? What about that? Because it's my time as well. And so he ends up saying, okay, like, I'll go ahead, and, like, don't worry about this, and this, so this, and this, and like, don't worry. So, when you come to get what you need, like, basically he's throwing in some perks here. And I was like, and it was funny because on my way there I was thinking, like, God, like, what about, the gas and stuff, like. Y'all, God's my best friend. I talk to him about everything, the smallest to the biggest concerns of mine. And so I tell him that, like, I'm talking to God now. This guy is, like, throwing in all these perks, and it wasn't like it was even like a war. Like, I don't know about y'all, but lately, when there has been a problem with something, it's like, in order to get the recompense, or even just like compassion from these people, because actually don't even care. Like, in the core, they don't care. It's like, you know, I've been going through a lot of this wrestle back and forth, and so lately, like, I've just been getting the peace and people just naturally wanting to be a blessing and make up for the wrong, right? And so this guy is going above and beyond, and he's like, don't even worry about that, like, you know, this and this and this. And I'm like, okay. So I was like, oh, thank you. Like, if that's, and then he's like, we'll reschedule for this day, and like, you know, like, and even when you get this part, you know, like, don't even worry about this and this and this part. And I'm like, okay, great, because that's something I was talking to God about, right? Anyway, so now as I was going, like, driving to the place I was going to, I kept seeing like this park, and I've never heard of this park, never seen this park, other than when what I needed to get was at this location, so I had to go. And this is a new way. I've never even been out here. Go back to redirecting, right? And so as I'm driving back, I'm like, let me go see what this park looks like, okay? Now, y'all, I'm driving in this park, and then, y'all, you know how, like, at some parks, they have, like, a person there, and then you have to pay to get in the park. And so, like, I'm just driving, and then I finally make it out of one part of the park, and now I'm going into the new part, because I'm like, I'm looking for the river, okay? Like, that's what I want to see in this park. And then, so I get to the lady as I go into the other part of the park, which you could go back on the main street, or you can go, like, keep going deeper into the park. And so I see this lady, and then she's like, I was like, hey, like, it's my first time here at this park, you know, and so she's like, oh, it's your first time. And then she says, like, basically she says, start telling me the different prices for the daily or the annual and all these things. And then she was like, but since it's your first time, like, go ahead for free. Like, go look at this park for free. And next time you come, you can let me know, like, if you want an annual ticket to be able to get in here. And then she starts telling me where everything is in this park, telling me, like, go explore all these things, you guys. And I'm like, God, you are being so kind to me, because just going to the place and they don't have what I want, and then he's like throwing in all these perks because he's understanding. Like, God says, you know, if all else, get understanding. And you guys, man, so I start driving in this park. I don't know where I'm going. It's actually pretty big, and I decided to turn, and I was getting ready to keep going straight, but then I saw a car that was coming from the opposite direction turn up to where I currently am. And you guys, I'm only telling you this, all of this, because one, I felt led while I was actually trying to find the river, and you guys, I finally made it. Look at this view. I'm actually going to get out and show you this view. Look at this. Look at this view. Look at this beautiful, beautiful view of this park. Look at this. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, how beautiful it's gonna be, it's gonna feel, just when I'm get my Bible, right, and have my studies with the Lord. Like, this is gonna be such a beautiful view, and I can just sit here on the bench and be with the Lord. Like, look at this new place He's shown me, where I can come and spend time, and I've never been here, and it's so beautiful. Y'all, I'm just honored. that the Lord wants to show me new things, show me new places, take me on adventures, because He does. He sure does take me on adventures, and we do things together. And you guys, all in all, I'm trying to say is, if God is redirecting you, if God has caused a delay, if God is giving you another opportunity, best believe there are perks in the midst of it. Best believe there is favor in the midst of it. Best believe there is grace and anointing in the midst of it. Best believe there's beauty in the midst of it. You guys, I've become such a nature girl. Such a nature girl since, like, I've submitted my life to God. You know, I used to be a girl where I was like, I hate the silence. Like, I need busyness. Like, I don't, like, and I mean, like, just silence. And now I find so much beauty in the silence, because I hear God. I remember one time when I went to Japan, Okinawa, and I went out there to visit my friend, and she's married, and my godsons, right? And I remember there's so many beaches out there, first of all, and we would go, and I remember I was just like, like, I am in love with solitude. And I think that was like in 2020, 17, 18, one of those, right? But I've never been like, go to the park by myself kind of girl. Never. And now it's like, you guys, like, I just look at nature and just look at the creations, like, that God has created, like, and I'm just in awe these days, in the stillness, in the beauty, and I admire His hands, like, in His work, and it brings so much, like, I know a lot of people say, like, it humbles them, it reminds them of how small they are, but it actually makes me feel like, wow, how special I am that God created me to just admire His hand. Like, to actually know and have a conscience that understands God created this just for me to enjoy, just for me to give Him the credit for it, because wow, like, He created this for my eyes, for the beauty, you know, like, for my enjoyment, for me to just not even make me small, but to make me feel like, wow, how mindful of God to, like, wow, like, create this for my eyes, and not just me, but humans. Like, you know, I don't know if animals and bees and things are going around like, oh, God created this for me, but it's like, no, we have the conscience to know, like, God created this for us to enjoy, even just food and friends and family and the environment, and just even the skills He's gifted us with. Like, what? Lions ain't out here painting things or creating things. Like, I mean, they are in, you know, just relaxing, I feel like, you know, but they aren't actually, like, animals and other things that God's created are not really out here in awe. In, like, consciously knowing God did this for them. And it doesn't make me feel small, but it makes me feel important in the eyes of my Father. And you guys, I just keep looking at what it is that is in front of me, because I haven't even explored all of this park yet. Like, I just happened to land here and took a detour, because I was gonna keep going straight, but then I was just like, you know, I felt led to just turn, follow this car, and see what's up here. And it's the perfect view, and I feel blessed. And I just want to say that, like, if God has taken you on a detour, know that He's willing and ready and wanting to show you even more. Like, there's beauty in the process. Like, there's beauty in the testimony, not just in you overcoming what you went through and being at the destination. Like, there's beauty in the process of that. Like, it's the testimony that inspire people, not just that you are successful, but it is the in between, right? It's the paintings in between. It's the splashes, the oil splashes in between. Like, it's the in between detail that is the blessing, more than just the success, because it is the process that make people feel inspired. It gives them hope. It makes them feel relatable, and it makes them know you're human like them. And I've been drinking coffee, and so I feel like my voice is like a little more raspy today. But, my voice is a little raspy depending on the occasions, but anyways, you guys, this view is beautiful, and I just wanted to say, like, enjoy the detour, enjoy the process, like, let God spoil you. Like, don't just go through the delays with your eyes closed, but open your eyes. Like, when me and my sister were in Italy, like, one thing, because we were recording a lot, but there would be moments where I would just tell her, like, open your eyes. Like, open your eyes. Like, look outside of the camera and look at what is before you. Open your eyes. I might name this open your eyes, because I think sometimes we go through life with our eyes shut and we miss everything God is trying to do. The process is beautiful because it prepares you for where you're going. Like, I don't know about you, but as a child, when you're given like a sucker candy, like, you want to enjoy the whole thing. Like, you don't want somebody to give it to you and then as you're enjoying it, they pull it out of your mouth and take it away from you. Like, what's this tease for, right? And so let God prepare you and understand the delay. It's just extra kisses, extra love, and extra embracing, and extra beauty that God didn't want you to miss before you get to the destination. Alright, you guys, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe on my YouTube channel. You guys can also follow me on my social media pages, which is EvangelistHiram. And feel free to sow into this ministry that God has gifted me. And, be able to be a blessing into my life as I pour into your life. And feel free to like, comment, and chat with me, because I am a real person. Okay? Alright, you guys. Have a beautiful and blessed day. I'm out. I'm gonna go enjoy this. And if I see other things, I will probably record it and send it to you. Or I'll just bask in the goodness of the Lord on my own. Okay, you guys. Be blessed.